Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, May 18th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts as a trader, or who knows, maybe you're just interested in learning more about the tool of charts and how they can be used to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Real quick, before I get to the watch list, I first want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class here that I'm offering in a few days. So if you're liking what you see and you want to learn more about this tool, then certainly get signed up for the free class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. If you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So again, if you like what you see, then definitely get signed up for that free class. A couple of quick clarification points. First off, the price you see here will be moving on the various charts, and the candlestick here you'll see will be moving around. Not so much on this one since it's a penny stock, but point being the market is still open for a little bit of time, and I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then also, I will be using the 30-minute time frame. So what that means for you beginners is that each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, IMPP, which I did note already, is a penny stock and a very, very popular one. And it's going to be, I think, that much more popular moving forward because of the big gap down here. And then you can see the big volume. But what's interesting is that after the gap down, the price just went sideways. Now, this will mean a bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. But if you have traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen stocks that gap down. And then after the gap down, they just bleed and bleed and bleed and go lower and lower. But that was not the case here. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price gapped down and just because the price went sideways does not mean that for sure guaranteed this is the bottom and that some sort of bounce is going to happen. However, is it at least plausible? Is it at least a rational thought process to have? It absolutely is, and that's our job as traders, is to find rational and plausible thought processes to consider, and this is one of them. So in my mind, a very important level of support now moving forward will be, let's see if it can just continue to go sideways and stay up above that 47-cent mark, because if the price does go down to 47 cents and then breaks down below it, well, at that point, you all of a sudden have the price essentially right back to where it started. I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true power, genuine strength. So 47 cents in my mind is an important area for that. And then as far as resistance levels are concerned, if the price does continue to try to bounce back upwards, keep a close eye on 53 cents. But like I said, the main dynamic here and the whole idea of a watch list is to find unique situations and then watch them. Not randomly buy them, but watch them and see if they behave in a way that fits your personal trading strategy. And like I said, in my mind, this is certainly a very unique situation worth watching. Next one, AMD, and the recovery continues. Very solid uptrend here over the past few days. Quickest way to see that is just where these lows have been, and these lows keep getting higher and higher. And if you want to envision those as stair steps, well, there you go. You have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. So certainly a very respectable looking chart. That much more now. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of these lines down there as they serve their purpose for the time being. But let's map out some of the newest levels. And the new level of support that, if you like to play pullbacks, that stands out quite a bit here is this former breakout point right here at $98. And you can see right here, this was a former area of resistance several times, both there, and got the breakout through it right there. So that's just based on foundational technical analysis that when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So I'm not saying that the price is headed down to 98 or anything like that, but if the price does do that, then yes, preferably speaking, if the price can stay above there, that's going to keep this general overall trend moving in the the bullish direction. As far as next potential battlegrounds are concerned, got to squeeze things down here a little bit to figure out where these next areas of resistance are. And the next big area of resistance going to be right up here at the 106 mark. So 106, public enemy number one here for this bounce that's, like I said, underway. And if this bounce is going to continue, not that the price has to, get up to 106 and break it tomorrow or anything like that, but that will be the next major hurdle that the price needs to clear. Next one, MKD, and another penny stock. And let me be very clear, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to imply that, this pattern I'm drawing is some sort of great discovery or requires some sort of massive talent. Nothing like that. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same patterns, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And that's what we have here. So in my mind, a lot of people have drawn that trend line right there. And then they've also drawn that level right there. And in fact, I'm going to change that to green to represent more so a support level at that 13-cent mark. And then just to make this all the same color and make the pattern a bit easier to see. So again, we have our resistance there. We have our support there. We have the momentum move right there. And to make it more visual, let's put the golf hole down there. So this will be known as a bull pennant pattern. So if you like patterns that a lot of people are probably watching, so you can get that potential self-fulfilling prophecy angle of things, you like penny stocks, then I'd say this one definitely belongs on your watch list. Next one, AMC, and a very, very solid day here. Not necessarily because it was green, but because, and this will mean a bit more to those that have watched the past videos, but because the price has finally decided which way it wants to go out of this sideways channel that had been going on, and that is right here, late afternoon break up through the top side of that pattern. So in technical jargon, this would be a pattern breakout, which brings about the next key question of, okay, breakout accomplished. Is this the start of something bigger? And again, the quote unquote is this is the breakout itself. So it's broken out, not just a question of can this breakout build that much more steam? And once again, as I've already alluded, that's the whole idea of a watch list. Find unique situations, and pattern breakouts are unique situations, and then watch them to see how they all play out. So pattern breakout underway. Going to get changes to green because, again, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So 1250, one of the newest areas of support now in the near term. And then as far as next overarching battlegrounds are concerned, all eyes on that pink line up there, the 200 period moving average, currently valued at, let's just call it $13.60. So keep an eye on that. But overall, got the pattern breakout to the upside. Next one, SNDL, which overall was looking like a good solid day, and I lost track of it until now. So yeah, the last 30 minutes here is actually breaking down below that area of support at 44 cents, which, like I said, I've been planning on talking about this and talking about 44 cents as a level of support, but with the price now down below it, it's looking like things are a little bit more shaky. Now, let me be very clear. Just because the price is below 44, does that mean that the entire chart's now epically destroyed? Absolutely not. You still have other areas of support. You still have that purple line there, the 50-period moving average, and then you have that secondary area of support down there at that second green line at 41. So like I said, 44 cents doesn't make or break anything. It was just one of those areas that, had the price stayed above it, that would have made things look the healthiest. But again, not the end of the world. So keep an eye on that 50-period moving average and then 41 cents as far as supports are concerned. And then in terms of resistance levels, now that we have more data, what I'm going to do is actually take this level here and just turn it into a trend line right there. So keep a close eye on that, which puts that breakout point right around the 46 cent mark. Next one here, NIO, and the breakout continues. This breakout is what I talked about in the video on Monday here, where the price broke up through that trend line there, and it's just gotten that much more continuation today. So NIO looking good. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that line as it served its purpose for now, because the newest area of support in the near term is going to be that pink line, which you now know is the 200-period moving average, valued right there at $15.50. So I'm not saying that's going to come into play, but if there are any sort of pullbacks, $15.50 will be that initial area of support to keep an eye on. As far as resistance levels and next potential battleground points, got to squeeze the chart down here a little bit to figure out where we're lurking. And really from the overarching standpoint, the next level here that everybody and their brother's uncle is going to be watching is that trend line right there. And once again, not trying to impress you, not trying to imply that this is some sort of special talent. I assure you a bunch of people have noticed that when you take these levels here, does a great job of forecasting that, which puts that main area of resistance up there around the $18 mark. Now, in more of the nearer term, potential some battlegrounds right there at $16.75. But in my mind, definitely the main overarching level from a bigger picture point of view, all about that trend line up there, which is approximately at the $18 mark. All in all, though, another good day here for NIO. Next one, VERU, and this is why, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I like to do these when the market's still open, because check out this movement. At all-time highs, last 30 minutes of volume coming in, and the price just continues to work its way higher and higher. 1573 was the highest so far of the day. So if you watch that number, you'll see if is it pushing new highs or not. Got to get through 1573. But point being, nice breakout here, and this was the last part of the day here where it's happening again, the last 30 minutes. So right there is the breakout that we are witnessing as I speak, which goes back to the question of, okay, breakout has officially occurred, so is this the start of something bigger? Once again, maybe that seems basic, just asking a question, but think about what's had to happen in order for me to be able to even ask that question. Well, a worthwhile event has had to happen, and we got that worthwhile event during the last 30 minutes here with the breakout. Now, to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not anything special. This is a fake breakout, and it just rolls right back over. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, maybe it is the start of something much bigger, and before we know it, this thing's going to keep on, booming up over $20. Of course, I'm not saying that's the case. There are no guarantees, but my core point here is that the idea of a watch list, like I said, is unique situations and watching them, and this very powerful breakout the last 30 minutes is certainly an event that's worth watching going into Wednesday. Next one, EOSE. I don't think I've ever heard of this one, ever seen it. Maybe I have, but regardless, nothing was really going on in the morning part of the day. And then you can see the headline showed up, the volume came pouring in, and a very nice pattern here has formed. So going back to the idea of self-fulfilling prophecies and very well-defined levels, I think a lot of people out there have drawn that trend line right there. And along with that, watching this area of support down there at $1.80. So as I did previously, let me change this to green to represent more so the bullish attribute of things. And then to keep this all the same color, make the pattern a bit easier to see. Resistance, support, momentum move. Put our golf hole down here. We have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you like to play bull pennants, if you like to play price range down below $5, then I definitely keep an eye on this one. Next one, PLTR, which maybe not the most exciting day, but a very, very healthy day. And why do I say a very healthy day? And again, this will mean a bit more to those who have watched past videos I've done, but I talked about that green line there as a key level of support. And check it out. Not only did that level of support hold on Monday during the last 30 minutes, there was this pullback here mid-morning, and once again, that level held as support. So good to see that the buyers continue to step up right around that $8 mark, which again, and not to pat myself on the back, but certainly pat charts on the back, right? They're a great tool. And if you don't believe me that I didn't have that green line in there before, I'm not offended. I could be a total stranger to you. But all you got to do is go back into the video archive and watch these other videos, and you'll see I put that level in there. Again, not to brag on myself, but to brag on the tool of technical analysis, because it is very worthwhile. But I will turn that into a quick plug to get signed up for that free class. But $8 remains that level of support, and nice to see that it held strong here. And now as far as, self-fulfilling prophecy points, right up here at $8. Whoops. Let's see, what is that? $8.45, which you can see, generally speaking, rejected the price there. Opening 30 minutes, rejected the price. So while that doesn't guarantee anything, is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price gets up there and pushes up through it, that break could create some additional upside buying pressure and momentum? Yeah, that's absolutely a plausible thought process to have. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and very, very intriguing level here that I will be watching along with, I'm sure, many others, and that is this breakout area right here at 765. You can see going back to Monday, 765 had a bit of a track record, immediate rejection right there, and then the price closed well within striking distance there. And again, no guarantee. So just because it closed well within striking distance does not mean that for sure guaranteed the price is breaking 765. But if it does, at least in my mind, I think that's a very plausible thought process to think that could garner some more momentum and potentially carry it up to a retest of these highs up here around 785. Again, no guarantees, but those would be the two upside points that I'm watching. As far as areas of support, wow, check out this very, very, very well-defined level down here at, let's call it 744. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and really kind of there's another time in there. So let's just call it 5 times. The price was tested today and held strong. So it is rational from the shorts perspective to think that if the price comes down there and breaks down through there, that could create, downside buying pressure, downside selling pressure. But all in all, those are going to be the main dynamics and main levels that I care most about as someone that, tries to trade Tesla every day. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can be used to help build consistency as a trader, then certainly get signed up for the free class. Like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, May 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format, if you would like for me to continue to make these videos, then do 2 things for me. Hit that like button and leave a simple comment. Say hi. Tell me what you traded today. Leave me an emoji. But hitting the like button, leaving a simple comment, communicate to me that you enjoy. And as long as I know people are enjoying this content, I will continue to put in the required time and effort to create these watch lists for you. So like I said, definitely get signed up for that free class. Hopefully I'll see you on Thursday. Everybody take care. Have a good one.